Are you surprised by the scoreline?
Won't anybody be surprised? There's nobody in the world that would not be surprised. Chelsea has not, shown us in any way that they are good enough to even qualify for a Club World Cup final. How much more beating PSG, the best team in the world? The scoreline is embarrassing. The scoreline is surprising.
It ended in first half.
It was a scoreline that we were expecting PSG to, get against Chelsea. It was supposed to favor Chelsea, not Chelsea beating PSG. No, this is complete surprise. I must say wholeheartedly that today I give Enzo Maresca his respect, all his total respect. He completely outsmarted Luis Enrique. He outsmarted him. There was nothing the PSG players were doing on that pitch today that was a threat to Chelsea. Nothing. Hakimi was off. Nuno Mendes was off. Dembele was even invincible. You couldn't see him on that pitch. No. Kvaratskhelia was just like he was nothing. He was
a passenger of the team today.
Exactly. He was a passenger. Nothing. He wasn't there.
For me, I feel like Chelsea had a game plan. They came onto the pitch. They executed it perfectly without any doubt. These guys are guys that came onto the pitch and locked everywhere. Look at the defense when they wanted to defend. This defensive setup was top notch. All of them back, forward. Make sure no spaces were unlocked, and that is what they did today. Throughout their defense, no spaces. You can't see any space to pass. Put ball through. Look at Vitinha, look at Shaw Neves. All of them, they run up and down at the back, run finish. Or give and push ball, go from Messi. They will collect them. It's either, there is something they did. They were able to, contain these people and also created space for them because they have two front runners where they run like Mark, which is João Pedro there or Pedro Neto.
What else?
Then Kopama was that subordinate that always, whenever the ball is going forward, he will be there to assist the two people that are also pushing their defense.
Yeah.
And defense of PSG was rubbish today. They don't have coordination because that was why they exploited those spaces. Do you know how many times Chelsea ran through them? So that is why I said that they did coordinate themselves very well.
Well, it's not as though they didn't coordinate themselves very well. You understand? If we say PSG did not coordinate themselves very well, we are taking the credit away from what Chelsea did. If we are saying the PSG defense was bad, we are taking the credit away from what the weakness that Enzo Maresca saw in that team. See, when PSG plays, everybody knows that their most strongest or potent attackers are their wing backs. You understand? Hakimi is always away. Nuno Mendes is always out. Chelsea made sure that the central area where PSG is going to attack from, they locked it. Chelsea made sure that they did not keep the ball in their own final third, which is going to chase the PSG press away. Now, any ball Chelsea was able to steal, Nuno Mendes and Hakimi not being at home, they scoop it and give it to either Gusto, or they skip it and give it to either Palma, or they give it to either Pedro Neto. Do you understand? Now, if you give the passes to Pedro Neto or you give it to Palma, you only have Berardo and Marquinhos left, so you can attack straight. I mean, look at the goal Kopama scored. It was drifting from the right wing into the central area. Nobody was there. Everybody was tucking in. So we have to give Enzo Maresca all the credit. This weakness in PSG's team has been there. All it took was for somebody to see it. Enzo Maresca saw it, gave his players the instruction on how to execute it, and they went to the pitch and they did it perfectly. The discipline from the Chelsea's midfield was there. You could see Caicedo was ready to, and no, see, honestly, I'm giving Enzo Maresca all the credit he deserves. See, what's the name of this guy? James, a good passer. What's the name of this guy? Palma, a good passer, and João Pedro. All of them forming a triangle on the right flank where Nuno Mendes is. That is the most potent side. He made sure the best players are there. When the passes are coming, they coordinate it very quickly, pass it together, and then I give it to Enzo Maresca. Today, he saw like he did Luis Enrique dirty. It was just absolute perfection from Enzo Maresca. And let me tell you how perfect Chelsea was today. PSG didn't know how to come back into the game. Nothing was happening for them.
The defense is locked. They can't move. They can't get into the 18-yard box of Chelsea and do anything with the ball.
And again, one thing that Enzo Maresca clocked about this PSG team is, aside the fact that PSG are good passers, you understand, they depend so much on turnovers to score. If the ball is with the opponent, one of the things PSG depend on is to win it very high. Make sure that before the ball gets into the central area of the pitch, they win it in your own half and then counter attack you and then score. They did it a lot of time against Madrid. They did that against Arsenal and even Inter Milan. What Chelsea did it, Chelsea made sure once the ball is in their final third, they boot it out. You understand? Let us go and press in your own half. Let us make sure that if we are chasing the ball, or if you are chasing the ball, we are chasing in the PSG half. This was complete, total tactical perfection from Enzo Maresca.
And I think energy was top notch. Chelsea showed energy.
No, they showed grit
from the minute one till the last minute. They didn't relent. They didn't sleep. They were ever ready to do the tactic. You know,
they deserved the win. They were the best team. They were on the night. They were the best team. When the game started, you know, what's it called? Chelsea started well. So we were hoping that PSG would come into the game, but Chelsea kept on progressing up until the time Chelsea scored. The game was with Chelsea. Chelsea was the most potent side. We knew the goal was going to come from Chelsea. You understand? And when Palmer scoring that goal, all Chelsea fans, give it to Palmer. That guy is technically excellent. He did it the first time. He tried. Donnarumma was lucky for the ball just go away from his post. He was lucky. It would have been goal. It would have been goal because Donnarumma was stranded. He did it the first time.
He didn't see it.
He didn't see it. So that tells you that thing was pre-planned. Palmer scoring that type of goal twice. Identical placing. This was pre-planned. They knew how to enter the PSG box. They knew where the defenders would be. They knew where the gaps would be. Mind you, João Pedro knew that this is what he's supposed to do. Immediately the ball came, he flicked it. Palmer placed it. Immediately Gusto again got the ball. He didn't shoot and go, even though he was close. He dragged the ball back, gave it to Palmer, and then Palmer slotted it up. Palmer too immediately got the ball. He dressed it inside. Place, no, give it to Enzo.
And I like the fact that they were able to, you know, pin these players and drag them out of their position when trying to score. Exactly. Look at those two Palmer goals. Yeah. They dragged the defenders out of their position.
Exactly.
João Pedro was able to drag two of them. Yeah. Imagine you making a run as a striker and a defender following you. The person that was with ball, you guys were thinking he wanted to pass. He now drifted inside. There is space for him to drift. He created space. João Pedro created that space. He drifted inside and placed it.
Exactly.
The second goal again, he drifted inside, drifted again because the same Pedro had made the run and the central defender was following him.
Exactly. So there was
leaving who is with the ball.
Exactly.
And the same thing happened two times.
Exactly.
Two times. Up until the third goal, whereby Palmer decided to you are drifting. Let me just give it to see.
No. See, we have to give it to João Pedro. That was a fantastic attack. That was a fantastic number 9 positioning. You know what he did? He first of all came out. The PSG player saw him. Immediately he changed direction, and Palmer too, excellent. Pinpointed up to speed pass. He saw the run. He coded Pedro. Fantastic Pedro finishing. Donnarumma came out. Boom. See. Honestly, this is not a steal. Chelsea didn't steal this match from PSG. They deserve the win. They beat PSG well. Tactically, they beat them. Energy-wise, they beat them. Tactical solidity, they beat them. Discipline, they beat them. Everything. Look at Chelsea goalkeeper. We know Sanchez to be a flop. Today, Sanchez decided to be a world best number 1 for Chelsea. Look at the close range save he made against a Dembele shot. That was box 6. Dembele shot from close range. He made that save. Look at the claims, everything. Now, I think Enzo Maresca, fantastic. All Chelsea fans worldwide, you deserve whatever happiness Chelsea has given you tonight. Your players, the technical crew, everybody. Chelsea winning the Club World Cup was not on my bingo card. I wasn't expecting it. There is no way I would have predicted Chelsea to win the Club World Cup. And this is the first edition. This particular one that comes every 4 years. This is the first edition for Chelsea Conference League winners who struggled up until the last day to qualify for Champions League from the group stage, from the table, Premier League table. Now going ahead to beat the best team in Europe. Best team in Europe. How bet not just beating but beating convincingly. Let me tell you something. If somebody gave you money, I'll tell you that, say, football analysis. What's the name of this guy? PSG is not going to score today. Would you agree?
Never.
PSG, the person can say Chelsea will win.
Yes.
But PSG not scoring. A team that has scored
12 goals in 3 matches.
Exactly. They just don't know how not to score. And surprisingly, I was saying in my last interview, I was saying that PSG know how to beat whoever they want to beat. But today was complete different, completely different.
Vitinha holding ball, looking for who to pass, and not seeing Dembele or Kvaratskhelia.
Chelsea put on a monster performance. Caicedo was somebody who he had it on his mind that today, whatever was happening in that PSG midfield was not going to go past him. He stood his ground. He played. No, fantastic. Honestly, Caicedo is a future Chelsea captain. He had it. He had the effort there. The work rate, everything was there. Superb. And shout out to Chalobah. Excellent. Chalobah and Kowi. The combination there was solid.
No threat.
They were able to handle everything. Dembele and all the first 9 runs and everything, they made sure that they kept their compactness, making sure that whatever thing that PSG was going to do, they weren't going to fall for it, and they didn't fall. No, I'm a big fan of the way PSG play, but I have to give it to Chelsea today. Chelsea were excellent, beyond excellent. They honestly, no, let's give it to them.
And I think sometimes I'll ask myself, with Vitinha today, yeah, he had the ball 1 or 2, 3 times, but just like you're saying that he didn't see who to pass the ball because Chelsea dominated the spaces whereby
he can channel the ball.
Yeah, he can channel the ball to, and there's no way for Kvaratskhelia to run or Desire to run or Dembele even lost for the game. Kvaratskhelia was a passenger. They carried him all through the game before. I think Enrique noticed it on time. I stopped in 56 minutes.
Enrique himself didn't know what to do. At some point, he just gave in. Because, when the game was at, I think around 36 minutes, Chelsea was already leading 3-0. Enrique had to go sit down. He was completely confused. This is somebody, destroy every form of your tactics. You understand? There is no tactics that Enrique believed that with the work rate of his team, the tactical setup of his team, he's good to go against any team. But today, Enzo Maresca showed him that for whatever tactical prowess you have, there's an antidote. There's an antidote.
All right.
Enzo, big man there.
All right, so guys, let's know your thought in the comment section. Tell us what you think in the comment section about this match, the tactical, whatever you know how to, explain it in the comment section. And don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms and Football Analysis 247, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.